Welcome to a TV20 news break. I'm Dan Monroe. Just ahead of the new year, the Cleveland EMS held a graduation ceremony to welcome their newest members to the force. Here's TV20's Alex McTurna with the story.
The graduation ceremony was composed of two parts, one for the 5 new members of the emergency medical dispatch and one for the 6 new paramedics. Chief of Public Safety Carrie Howard delivered the oath of office to the newest members of EMS.
And will discharge the duties of my office with professionalism and character to the best of my knowledge and ability, providing quality care to all those in need. So help me God. Thank you so much. Congratulations.
After the ceremony, class speaker Hannah Wagner took to the podium to deliver a few words on behalf of her class.
It's been great, and I'm very grateful for all the officials that were able to come together and make this happen. We've had a lot of highs and lows, like Sergeant Leapy had said. We've had deaths in the family, illnesses, but we've triumphed, and here we are today. And I'm so proud of all my fellow cadets, and I can't wait to get out on the streets and hopefully not see you all out there, because that means something's wrong. But thank you so much for this opportunity, and appreciate it.
For TV20, this is Alex McTurna.
Thanks, Alex. Everyone here at TV20 would like to congratulate the new EMS graduates and thank them for their dedication to our city. The Community Police Commission recently hosted a learning opportunity in collaboration with the Cleveland Division of Police that was open to the public. And TV20 reporter Errol Porter was there.
The City of Cleveland Police Department always finds innovative ways to stay connected to our community. Today is through scenario-based training.
So today's event is an opportunity for the division to come together with the community and members of the Cleveland Police Commission to showcase our use of force training, especially how it's evolved over the past years since the implementation of the consent decree till today, as well as talk about some of the things we're planning to do in the future.
Community members were invited to listen, learn, and participate to gain insight into how police training is conducted.
This is a really important event for us because we want to offer the public an opportunity to see how the police conduct their training. So this is a scenario-based training. Community members will be allowed to go through and actually witness the scenarios hands-on and be able to provide feedback as well.
Community partnership is by far the most successful crime reduction tool we have. But to develop a healthy relationship with all members of the community, police agencies must first earn the trust of their communities.
As a resident, I want to know what is being done about crime in the community since it's on the rise, and how to keep safe and make our neighborhoods safer.
What we noticed was a deficiency, essentially, that the community doesn't really know what training we're provided. So talking to some of the members of the CPC and the training committee, we kind of invented this idea to come together and present a platform where we can actually showcase it and allow community members to actually see what we are training.
The training section is the unit that puts all the training together for the division. We have 3 different units that do it. We have an academy unit, we have a gymnasium unit, and an ordnance unit. Each one of them have specific tasks, but we work together to provide the most up-to-date comprehensive training for the division. What we do is we look at past practices, we look at common trends, we look at current incidences that have taken place, and we develop the training from that.
Commissioner Rodriguez touched on the importance of the community staying connected with safety forces through events like these.
It's imperative for a variety of reasons. One, to actually know that use of force has a broad range. I think often we think of the scenarios that we see on TV, but it can be something as simple as a taser, and going beyond the 5 seconds, or going beyond the different times that we can utilize it, right? As well as getting involved and engaged with your officers and knowing them and allowing them to know us as a community.
Thanks, Errol. Parking rates at Cleveland Hopkins International Airport have increased going into the new year, with the Smart Parking Garage red, blue, and orange lots increasing by $1 and the brown lot increasing by $2. So what does this all mean? The Smart Parking Garage is now $7 an hour for up to 3 hours, After the third hour, the daily rate of $23 a day applies, and of course the first 30 minutes are free. The red and blue lots are now $21 a day, the orange lot is $18 a day, and the brown lot is $16 a day. Also of note, the secondary cell phone lot off of Hotel Road behind the Sheridan will be closing. The cell phone lot off of State Route 237 will remain. For more information, visit clevelandairport.com. The Department of Labor Acting Secretary Julie Su led a delegation of federal officials to Cleveland to announce a new approach the Biden-Harris administration is taking to ensure federal construction projects are done on time and on budget.
Hello, Cleveland. It's so great to be with you all today, especially with so many union members and labor leaders. The work that you do has always been important, but never more so than in this moment, when President Biden is investing in an infrastructure decade. And you and your members lay pipe 30 feet underground and build structures 100 feet in the air. And so on behalf of the President and a grateful nation, thank you for building America. Imagine if all major construction projects that the federal government invests in were built right, built on time, and built to last. Well, now, we don't have to just imagine it. Today, we are taking a big step in making it actually happen. And that's why we're in Cleveland today. The Biden-Harris administration is here to announce a final rule that requires project labor agreements on nearly all federal contracts valued at or above $35 million.
In our conversation this morning, the Secretary and I were talking about what really attracted her to work for this president, our president, Joe Biden. And she said something very important. She said it was President Biden's commitment to build the most progressive pro-worker agenda we've ever seen in our country. And he's delivered at every step of the way in getting that done. And so today's announcement is not just about the investments. It's not just about putting more cranes in the sky. This is about hope. This is about what my friend Senator Sherrod Brown calls the dignity of work. And if we can do it in Cleveland, we can do it everywhere across this great nation. And so I'm going to have a call to action for all of you in this room. We got to share the gospel. We got to share the good news. Because for a lot of Americans, they don't know how this president and vice president and this administration has delivered for folks in our community and all across the country. And so as we continue the work ahead, let's share the gospel and the good news of what we're doing, and let's keep investing in Cleveland and in our great country. Thanks so much. We appreciate it.
Just as President Biden has said, we are going to build a better America, and we're going to build it right. And we have a lot to build together. We have a lot of work to do, and that's why the Biden-Harris administration is all hands on deck in this moment.
Finally, the Cleveland Leadership Center recently held their first Brain Gain Career Fair since the COVID-19 pandemic, and TV20's Alex McTurna joined for the event.
The Brain Gain Career Fair invited the students of Ohio to Cleveland State University for a simple but lofty goal, keeping them in Northeast Ohio after their studies have concluded.
So once you take flight in a place like this Northeast Ohio region, I think you may not always work in the same job as maybe our parents or grandparents did for the next 40 years. The likelihood is you're going to move around a bit. But why I want to bring that up is once you sort of hook your star to a place, you'll find a world of opportunities in a place like Cleveland. Place really matters.
Workshops were a highlight of the event, giving students valuable knowledge and resources for securing their first job after college. Afterwards, a career fair was held with numerous local businesses being represented, before finally students got a chance to sit down with local business leaders for a special luncheon.
So the job fair is boasting over 60 different employers, from banking and finance to manufacturing to nonprofit to government. sports, anything you can imagine is going to be represented at the career fair this afternoon. And at lunch, similarly, leaders from all of those industries. So students will be seated at small tables with someone who works in the sector they want to enter. They'll have the opportunity to learn, how do I make that happen, and to pose all the questions they need answered. We have well over 200 students who are registered. We are totally oversubscribed, but we didn't want to turn anyone away. And for the lunch leaders, we have about 35 individuals who are taking time out of their day to be here with the students for lunch. And we have a host of workshops that are going on yet this morning as well as this afternoon.
For Nicole Canatano of the Cleveland Leadership Center, a successful day for the event is giving every student that attends an opportunity that will bring them back to Cleveland.
We identified a gap in some of the students that we were reaching, and those were students who have some affinity to Cleveland. They live here, they're from here, they're here for the holidays, but they attend school somewhere else. And so while they're home for the holidays, we wanted to engage them with one another, the leaders in the community, but especially employers looking to hire interns and early career positions. Typically what will happen when a college student attends school somewhere else is they attend their career fairs on campus, they get connected to employers that are located in those regions, and they don't come home. So this way, if they connect with an employer for a summer internship and that turns into a full-time position, then we get them back in Cleveland ultimately. Our success is defined by the student's success. So at the end of the day, if every student walks out of here, maybe not with an internship or a job, but with a larger or more developed plan to come back to Cleveland after graduation, to build a career, to start their lives here, then I feel like it's been a successful day.
Finally, I spoke with Faustina, an international law student at Cleveland State attending the event. After coming from Liberia, Faustina had the opportunity to meet with the county executive and will soon be partaking in an internship with his office.
In 2016, connect and meet the county executive, now Chris Rodney. I'm mentioning that today because that was really a point of transformation for me, because when I graduated with my law degree in Liberia at the Louisiana Graham School of Law, I got a scholarship through Professor Gerald Austin to attend the Cleveland State University. So I say that to mean that it was important that I met him, because I wouldn't have gotten the scholarship but for his help and but for my connection and relationship with him. Taking that one step forward, when I came here and graduated in May of 2021, I now have an internship with the county through the help of Chris Rodney. You see, it is also happening because of the connection and because of the relationship and the network I made with Chris Rodney through Professor Austin.
For TV20, this is Alex Picturna.
Thanks, Alex. You can watch TV20 wherever you go by hitting up our live stream on our website at TV20Cleveland.com. We are constantly uploading new content to our TV20 Cleveland YouTube page, so make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on anything. You can also connect with TV20 Cleveland on your favorite social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and X. Coming up next, learn about what's going on with the Cleveland Metropolitan Schools with this week's CMSD 360. Thanks for watching TV20 News. I'm Dan Monroe. Be sure to stay tuned for more on TV20. We are Cleveland.
Hello, I'm Darielle Snipes with the CMSD News Bureau. Welcome to CMSD 360, a look at news happening around the district for the week of December 24th. Monday is Christmas. Merry Christmas to all who celebrate the holiday. The district's winter break officially begins on Monday as well, and all CMSD facilities will be closed on Christmas. Most students will return to class on Monday, January 8th. Year-round students will head back to the classroom on Tuesday, January 16th. The winter break is a great time for families to submit their selection for which high schools they would like their 8th graders to attend next fall at choosecmsd.org. CMSD allows its families to choose the school they want their students to attend regardless of where they live, and has 30 high schools with unique programs, including STEM, engineering, culinary, medicine, and more. For more information and to choose a high school, go to choosecmsd.org. The first round of the selection process will end on January 12th at 5 p.m. If you are looking for something to do this winter break, the City of Cleveland Recreation Department has compiled a list of fun activities. Also during the winter break, Cleveland recreation facilities will be open for our students beginning at 12 p.m. during the weekdays. For a list of activities and special events, go to the Neighborhood Resource and Recreation Centers page on the city's website at clevelandohio.gov. Tuesday marks the start of Kwanzaa, a week-long celebration that honors African heritage. The tradition was launched in 1966 by Mulana Krenge, an activist and professor of Africana Studies. Each day of the celebration is dedicated to one of the 7 principles of Kwanzaa, which are unity, self-determination, collective responsibility, cooperative economics, purpose, creativity, and faith. Looking ahead, all facilities will be closed on Monday, January 1st, in honor of the new year. Happy New Year! CMSD is hiring. There will be a job fair to fill open positions in the nutrition department on January 3rd and 4th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at East Professional Center. Positions available in the nutrition department include assistant manager and cook. Those applicants must have their Serve Safe certification. Other positions are part-time cooks and lunch aides. If you plan to attend the job fair, please bring a valid ID and documents verifying that you graduated high school or passed the GED. For more information and for a complete list of open positions at CMSD, and if you would like to apply, go to clevelandmetrosschools.org/hiring. Well, this week's shout out goes to the Adopt a Reading Buddy at Denison, Benjamin Franklin, and Daniel E. Morgan pre-K through 8 schools. Recently, students picked out a stuffed animal to be their reading buddy and gave them a name. They also took a pledge to read to their buddy every day. Thanks to library media specialist Anne-Marie Brown for starting this amazing program to increase literacy for students in kindergarten through 3rd grade. When I did a story about this program last year, students said they loved reading to their buddy, and their buddy gave them confidence. Happy reading! And we want to celebrate you, so please tag CMSD on social media posts that highlight students, staff, or events happening at your school, and use the hashtag CMSD Shoutout. We'll stay connected with what's going on in the district by downloading the CMSD app or following CMSD on Instagram, X, formerly known as Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Thanks for watching CMSD 360. Have a fun and safe holiday break.